अगर जोश है ना इंडिया में करने का तो इंडिया में चाइना से भी फास्ट काम हो सकता है.
You are the only entrepreneur I could think of, and anyone can correct me if I'm wrong, who's built software and very large business there, hardware and very large business there, and now AI.
वो कहते हैं ना सपना तो ऐसा देखना चाहिए जो एक जिंदगी में पूरा ना हो सके.
Yes.
This is up to our generation and not just let's say politicians but civil society, business leaders, entrepreneurs, academics, whoever is in the audience, young people. It's up to us to build this India. Unless we control our AI future ourselves, we will be culturally appropriated even more.
Never ever have that victim mindset, which sometimes as a people we get into.
But you know what? India is also the chip hub of the world. Every chip has a lot of core IP designed in India. But there is no Indian chip. Ola Electric's journey has been a fascinating journey, and it's not my journey actually. I think it is India's journey, and we were at the right time at the right place.
So first, congratulations on the fantastic IPO of Ola Electric.
Thank you. Thank you. No, Shradha, thank you so much. आप तो board member भी हैं. So I'm a little bit talking to my boss here, okay?
Oh, yeah.
As the CEO of the company, I'm talking to the board member, but it's been a fascinating journey, Shradha. Ola Electric's journey has been a fascinating journey, and it's not my journey actually. I think it is India's journey, and we were at the right time at the right place. क्योंकि इंडिया में startup ecosystem for the longest time, and the origins of the startup ecosystem was software.
Yeah.
Right? But if I can start by saying, अब थोड़े हार्ड चीजें करने का टाइम आ गया है. हार्डवेयर बनाने का टाइम आ गया इंडिया में, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का टाइम आ गया है. It's time to really build hard power. Right? With software comes soft power, with hardware comes hard power. Both are important.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes or no, guys? And it's important that the Indian startup ecosystem, the Indian innovation ecosystem moves to the next orbit now. Builds technologies of the future, and in many ways what we did with Ola Electric represents that.
Yeah.
It is basically building those technologies which will define the future of energy, the future of mobility. And it's important to take a very global view to things, because India is where all the energy is, right? And Ola Electric kind of just happened in this moment where India is growing, capital is growing in India, Indian consumer is maturing, Indian youth is willing to take on bigger challenges, manufacturing is a big focus for us, and the outcome is clear. We built this company in 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, at COVID, Ola Electric was nothing.
Yes.
And it's one of the fastest IPOs ever.
You know, I have to tell everyone that I had gone to 2022 Ola office in Koramangala, and there was some skeleton of a auto or something, and Bhavish was saying that we'll build electric, and somehow I just thought that, like, of course I thought that he's a little crazy, because how will this happen during pandemic, in complete first lockdown?
Yes.
And you made that happen, and with this historic IPO.
You know, sometimes, and some of you might have seen some of our factory videos or our product videos. You've been there, Shradha. हमने 2 factory बनाई है Ola Electric में, दोनों 6-6 महीने में बनाई हैं.
Yeah.
And these are big factories, okay? This is not a shed. These are big factories, big state-of-the-art factories, very automated. And अगर जोश है ना इंडिया में करने का तो इंडिया में चाइना से भी फास्ट काम हो सकता है.
Yes.
दुनिया में कोई ऐसा देश नहीं है जिसमें अगर आप में जोश और जुनून है और जज्बा है करने का तो वो पूरा आपके हर सपना सच हो सकता है. This is the time when it is all coming true in India. And I was sitting and watching some of the questions, hearing some of the questions. It's so exciting to see this energy in the crowd. This is what the future of India is.
Yeah, yes. You all can clap for yourself also. You know, but I was just thinking in the last 10, 12, 14 years, if one had to look at the startup ecosystem, you are the only entrepreneur I could think of, and anyone can correct me if I'm wrong, who's built software and very large business there, hardware and very large business there, and now AI. And very, you know, and again in AI you're not building just applications, but you're thinking so big. Like 3 different things. I couldn't think of any other entrepreneur who's done that in the last 14, 15 years. So please, a big, big round of applause. And
Thank you.
I just want to ask, how?
How se zyada important question is Shradha, why?
Yes, okay.
Now, I think the why is वो हर इंसान के अंदर की आवाज होती है अपनी कि हम जो करते हैं वो क्यों करते हैं, right? When I look at the future, I look at we have this vision in India and a growing shared Indian dream of a developed country by 2047. We will have, all of us will be around in 2047. It's a young audience. India is a young country, and 2047 is not that far away. It is 23 years away. And I actually was reflecting on this lately that in 1996, our now ex-president who's passed on, APJ Abdul Kalam, wrote a book called Developed India 2020 in 1996. And the president, as a president, he had the vision and the foresight as well as the drive to do his bit. But India didn't get developed by 2020, right? So we shouldn't assume it'll happen on its own. Another 23 years doesn't mean it hona hi hai. We have the optimism of youth in India always, and we as a country, as a culture, are very optimistic people.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean wo automatically ho jayega. And this example shows you can, even a guy with the foresight of APJ Abdul Kalam had that vision, but somehow some things did not fall in place along the way. Now, this is up to our generation, and not just, let's say, politicians, but civil society, business leaders, entrepreneurs, academics, whoever is in the audience, young people. It's up to us to build this India. And I'll also share, this is, a little bit of an emotional point I'm making, कि ये shared Indian dream है, but de facto नहीं होने वाला है. हमें सबको तपस्या करनी पड़ेगी. एक जनरेशन को तपस्या ऐसी करनी पड़ेगी कि उसके बाद किसी को ना करनी पड़े.
Yes,
right?
yes. And we are all ready for it. Yes.
Yeah. And if I share some math also in this,
Yes.
numbers, GDP growth की सब लोग बात करते हैं. आज हम $4 trillion economy होने वाले हैं. If we grow at 8% a year, or if we go at 10% a year, or if we grow at 12% a year, I'll tell you the difference by 2047. 8% a year takes us to a $20 trillion economy. 10% a year takes us to a $30 trillion economy. 12% a year takes us to a $50 trillion economy. Now, what is the difference between 8 and 12%? The difference is technology. How do you grow faster? You grow faster not just by building bridges and roads. वो तो करना ही है. वो तो bare necessity है. वो तो उसके करे बिना तो -8 हो जाएगा, right? But you grow at that rate by leading the world in the future of technology. And there are a few important technologies that are relevant to the future of the world. AI is a very important one of them. New energy technologies is a very important one of them. That's basically the lithium, etc., the stuff that we are doing with Ola Electric. Space, biosciences. There are, let's say, 10 very critical technologies in the world. And in India, we are very early in those technologies, and it's up to us to really build that vision. And that's what I have started with Ola as a group, कि 2 चीज़ों में तो हमें world number 1 बनना है. एक new energy में और एक AI में, और उसमें मैं अपनी पूरी भागीदारी निभाना चाहता हूँ.
Yes. Now, I will put you on a spot. How in AI? How?
Yes, सब लोग ये सवाल पूछते हैं. But again, let me start with why. Okay. Because अगर अंदर का purpose clear है ना, the how gets figured out यार. Every entrepreneur starts with not the how, but करना है.
Yes.
Right? वो how तो हर एक बाधा को आप opportunity बना लेते हो अगर मन में clear निश्चय बनाया हुआ है कि करना है. Right? Now let's look at AI and unpeel that a little bit. No, आज we as our digital ecosystem we have very few Indian products. राइट हम सर्च इंजन दूसरों का यूज़ करते हैं, हम सोशल मीडिया दूसरों का यूज़ करते हैं, हम चिप्स दूसरों के यूज़ करते हैं, हम AI भी दूसरों का यूज़ करते हैं. एंड हमें लगता है फ्री में है तो सब ठीक ही है ना. है ना? अभी देखो वो पेजर ने लेबनान में पेजर ब्लास्ट हो गए. राइट? फ्री में कुछ भी फ्री नहीं होता है. राइट? दैट्स द पॉइंट. We have Trojan horses which can be used as a strategic tool against us, as a country, as individuals, as civil society. And this is not a politician's domain alone. This is our domain as the technology industry of India to really build an Indian paradigm, an Indian stack for the future of AI. Because India is a country of consequence. India is not a chotu-motu country idhar-udhar, right? We are 20% of the world. And we have a memory of a time when India was a civilizational force in the world, the number 1 country in the world, We have a memory of that. Our culture has a memory of that. And hence we matter to the world and our philosophies matter to the world. But unless we build our own digital technologies, our culture and our philosophies will not percolate or go beyond.
Yeah.
Already, it's unfortunately an irony that this conversation is happening in English, right? Now, that is, we're all Macaulay's children in that sense. I don't know how many here even remember there was a British dude called Macaulay
Yes.
who gave us English, right? But digital technologies are not just, there are two important themes when it comes to digital technologies. They are a very strong force for productivity. In that sense, we have to be the leaders in adopting them. But they're also a very strong force of cultural appropriation, right? And that's why countries which have kept their digital ecosystems domestic have actually strengthened their culture. And by culture, I don't mean any special sliver of culture. It means the holistic national culture of any country. And be it language, be it pop culture, be it anything. आज आप देखो Coldplay की tickets के लिए इतना भीड़ लगती है. Except for Diljit Dosanjh, पता नहीं कौन सा Indian artist है जो वो we in urban India will line up for tickets like that. But the point is, unless we control our AI future ourselves, we will be culturally appropriated even more. Our pop culture debates will be the Western pop culture debates. This will be true for all parts of India. So it's very important for us to adopt AI technology to increase economic productivity, to be the best, most productive economy in the world. But it's also very important for us to, as a society, build our own AI technologies so that we have our own debates on it. The debates on AI biases in the West are not the Indian biases debates. Indian biases debates are different.
Yeah.
So this is the why we have to do it ourselves. Now how? Which is the bigger, tougher question. The why is easy. Bhashan dene mein bada easy again. People can connect to why it has to be done.
But before, no. Your why also, the way you think, as also we all have to appreciate, because many of us many smart people will not even think, because this is so big. This is so impossible.
Yeah, वो कहते हैं ना, सपना तो ऐसा देखना चाहिए जो एक जिंदगी में पूरा ना हो सके, right? और एक इकलौते से पूरा ना हो सके, right? So hopefully, our dreams are big enough, and not just as Ola, but as a country and as a technology ecosystem, we have to dream big. So now let's look at how. How India has a lot of strengths in this digital world, lot of strengths, but I don't think are bringing it together properly. India is the largest producer of digital data in the world today already. We all use phones, 4G, 5G, thanks to Geo and beyond. We are the largest producer of digital data. 20% of the world's digital data is produced in India, but it's not stored in India. It's not owned by Indians. I don't even own my resume on LinkedIn. That's the irony. Jindagi mein mehnat maine kari, aapne kari, but you don't own your resume. LinkedIn owns your resume. आप अपना selfie बनाते हैं, you don't own that selfie. YouTube owns that selfie, or Meta owns that selfie. It's not even stored in India. It's stored outside India. And our data, created by us, by our hard work, is exported outside of India, stored in global data centers, processed into AI by their algorithms outside India, and brought back into India and sold to us in dollars. Right? This is the reality. Any cloud platform that any of the startups will be using here is built in dollars. And it's built at the same rate that the Western startup pays. Right? This is not fair. And the irony is, the data is ours. We create 20% of the world's digital data. That's irony number one. Irony number two. बचपन में हमने सबने सुना होगा ना कि सूरत में सारे डायमंड्स पास होते हैं दुनिया के. सुना है ना?
Yes.
थोड़ा ऊंचा बोलो यार. हाँ, we all grew up on these stories, and it's true. Surat is a diamond hub of the world. But you know what? India is also the chip hub of the world. Every chip has a lot of core IP designed in India, but there is no Indian chip. India has the largest chip talent in the world, but there is no Indian chip. It's another irony, right? India has the largest developer ecosystem in the world. Many of them are here in the room. India has millions of developers. But do developers in India make profits? No, the entire profits are in the West or in China. Three big ironies, but these are our strengths. India has the talent, India has the capability, India has the capital, India has the domestic market, India has the data scale by virtue of being the largest population, We need to bring it all together as an ecosystem, not just as any individual company. कृत्रिम अकेला कुछ नहीं कर सकता इसमें. The whole ecosystem needs to realize the need for doing our own technology, and we need to build tools to enable the ecosystem to create Indian AI. And that's the vision with which we started Kritrim. That we want to build tools, platforms, technologies to enable the Indian developer community to really build world-class AI solutions, AI applications at a much lower cost structure. So we are solving it across the stack. We are building our own AI models which are relevant for India. We are building our own cloud technologies, and these are products already live. We have almost like tens of thousands of developers using these every day. Abhi to free hai waise sabke liye. So we are building the AI models. We are building the cloud stack also as a competition to an AWS or an Azure. And we are building the chip which will power the cloud also, our own chip. So it's a full stack thing. एक दिन में सब पूरा नहीं हो जाता. Many times people say, भावेश तुम बोलते तो ऐसा हो, but तुम्हारा मॉडल तो ऐसा है, वो GPT से तो चैट GPT से जितना अच्छा नहीं है. मैंने कहा एक दिन में कैसे हो जाएगा, राइट? सपना देखना है, बट सपने की तरफ मेहनत से प्रोग्रेस भी करना है, राइट? एंड हम वो कर रहे हैं. We will make sure this future happens. We will give it our 100%, and we are making progress every day. Today, you know, in the last few months, you saw us build our own maps, and the day we launched our maps, Google Maps की price 1/3 हो गई, right? मतलब अभी तक वो लूट रहे थे हमें. लिटरली जिस दिन हमने लॉन्च किया उसके अगले दिन प्राइस 1/3 होगी. मतलब लुटेरे हैं, राइट? यही होता है ना लुटेरा. तो आई डोंट शाई अवे फ्रॉम कॉलिंग देम व्हाट दे आर. सो द पॉइंट इज सेम इज हैपनिंग अक्रॉस द टेक्नोलॉजी स्टैक. चाहे वो आप कोई भी स्टार्टअप ले लो इंडिया का, सबसे बड़े कॉस्ट दो हैं. एक है डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कॉस्ट जो मेटा और गूगल टैक्स है, और एक है क्लाउड कॉस्ट जो AWS और माइक्रोसॉफ्ट टैक्स है. इज दैट ट्रू और नॉट? राइट? यस. एंड देखना एज वी लॉन्च दिस थिंग उनके प्राइसेस कम होंगे, राइट? तो बिकॉज चाहे हम जीते या हम उतनी अच्छी तरह ना जीते एज कृत्रिम, इकोसिस्टम को तो ट्रांसफॉर्म कर देंगे.
That's nice. Yes. One thing I want to ask you, a little away from the tech and the platforms and the vision that you're going after, is that there's a lot of Indianness in you. You're a young guy. I've seen you in the last, like, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 years. There's so much of India pride. And people say कि क्या हो रहा है भाविश को इतना ज़्यादा Indian हो गया. Tell us, like, what makes you so India?
क्यों ना हो श्रद्धा, है ना? क्यों ना हो? Why are we shy to wear our emotion on our sleeve? I don't understand. Yeah, you know, we are बहुत देर से हमारे देश में ना हमारा patriotism दबा हुआ है.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I don't want to go into a history class here, but and we are all very patriotic people, not just me, but I think we just don't bring it out enough. And sometimes we as Indian, especially the technology community, we are too influenced by Western best practices or norms. You know, हम हर कंपनी में टी-शर्ट बनाते हैं, उसके ऊपर कंपनी का नाम लिखा होता है, राइट? कुर्ते क्यों नहीं बनाते, राइट? It might sound like a very frivolous question, but behind this very simple point is a very deeper introspection we all need to do. We celebrate Western entrepreneurs, right? Why don't we celebrate Dhirubhai Ambani as much in the technology community, right? Why don't we celebrate JRD Tata as much? I believe they are even more worthy of praise, right? We have our own heroes. We don't need to look at the West for heroes. But what needs to be done is, and actually I'll give you another example. We have, you know, we know about the Western Facebook बोलता है move fast and break things, or work hard. You know, हमारी philosophy में है कर्म योगी. उसके बारे में हमने क्यों नहीं सीखा है, right? We have so many good things about our legacy as Indians and as Bharatiyas that वो हमारे को reconnect करना है उससे, because our technology industry, the startup community should not become just another westernized Silicon Valley outpost doing the low value work for the West, right? We have to create the global paradigms, but we can only lead if we are inspired by our heritage.
Yeah, like you walk the talk. What you say on stage is what you are behind the stage, and that really, that passion, that emotion, that heart comes across in what you're doing and what you are building. And my question to you is, you know, today you had a big event, right, in your factory that there were some 10,000 people.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and there were a lot of launches and a lot of things that you're doing, and I would love that one you give some Krithrim credit to everyone in the hall today. Give something to all of us, some
जी
discount.
कृत्रिम क्रेडिट तो वैसे ही फ्री है अभी.
Oh,
हाँ,
तो-
but
तो-
for people in this hall we can extend the free period.
Okay, yes, yes. Yes, but tell us, because you launched something.
And by the way, कृत्रिम is self-funded, huh?
yeah, that
So जो भी
please.
पैसा है वो हमारी जेब से ही आ रहा है.
Wow. Yeah. You made a very significant big announcement was also on the name Ola. And there are now 3 businesses.
Yes.
And you're saying Ola is consumer,
Yeah.
right? So tell us about that.
So you see, as my journey has evolved, Shradha, I have also learned more about my own motivations and what I want to do as an entrepreneur and what I'm good at doing, right? We all have our own strengths and weaknesses. And fundamentally, our journey is always guided by the voice within, right?
Yeah.
So I started with Ola Cabs, which has now become Ola Consumer, because even in consumer tech, while we have a very mature ecosystem as a startup ecosystem, world-class companies, Zomato, Swiggy, Flipkart, we have our own role there as a consumer ecosystem. I think the future is still very promising in consumer tech. And the future, one theme I want to pick on, and I want to actually, I hope that people build more on that theme, is this whole movement of DPI that India has actually led in the world. And again, I'll share a little bit of analogy to a little bit of historical thing for us to map out, काफी बारी हम अपने दिन दिहाड़ी में खोए होते हैं. We have to zoom out and see दुनिया में चल क्या रहा है. If and India has been a new proponent of this open standards or DPI movement. With UPI, it's been a huge success. ONDC is getting towards a success. Ola Consumer is the biggest platform on ONDC. We are actually really adopting it and accelerating it. This whole DPI movement or open standards movement is actually very critical for the world of technology. If you look at the history of technology started with open source. All, email, we all use email. Email is an open source protocol. The techies would know IMAP, POP3, etc. सब जानते हैं ना? हाँ, तो any email client can be built, चाहे वो Gmail हो, चाहे वो, take your favorite email client. Anybody can build an email client. Your email as an individual is not locked in to any email provider. But WhatsApp is not an open protocol, right? Can any other client read WhatsApp? No. But WhatsApp is, you can imagine, a simpler protocol than email. There used to be open source messaging protocols, right? Jabber and other things, and people in the audience जो मेरे उम्र के हैं वो जानते होंगे. Maybe the younger ones will also know. Why did the world of tech move towards closed protocols? Because the American paradigm on technology is very purely capitalistic centric, purely mercantile. Whereas the Indian paradigm has always been more about societal benefit. So India has an opportunity to become the global leader in open innovation. And we have taken a lead thanks to visionary people like Nandan in this DPI. Past में उसको open source कहते थे, आजकल वो DPI बन गया, digital public infrastructure. It's a nice word. But the principles are the same, that we need open protocols in the technology world. The same thing is going to be even applicable to social media. Why can't social media be a DPI-based protocol? Today it's not, because the innovation of social media was in the West, where mercantile interest overtook the open source movement and the open protocols and open standards movement. Now, India can lead this, especially AI is going to give us the opportunity, which is going to be a discontinuity in the digital progression, where we can build these open protocols. चाहे वो UPI हो, चाहे वो ONDC हो, nobody has come up with a DPI for social media. I've been advocating for it. Maybe somebody in the audience will write a nice white paper, and I'm happy to fund any initiative in that direction. So we have to, and the benefit of this DPI-based or open standards-based tech ecosystem will be that it'll be more inclusive. It'll take the Indian technology revolution to the rural part of India, to the average man. Today, e-commerce is not part of the mass fabric of India, right? मेरी cabs, किसी गांव में नहीं use होती हैं. E-commerce purchases वहाँ पे ज़्यादा नहीं होते हैं. So we have to really embrace open standards to make our technology stack more efficient, to take it to the last man. It'll also help, for example, there's a big debate in e-commerce about quick commerce and other paradigms taking away from kirana walas, which is very true. It's very, we don't want to sometimes talk about these things in the public. It's very true. ONDC will solve that because the kirana guy has value to add. He's not going to be replaced by an online store. He's going to be enabled by technologies built on top of ONDC. So I actually really hope all of you and the product technology industry really adopts open innovation, and India has a huge opportunity to become the global champion of open innovation. US, I told you, mercantile interest. China is in a very different dimension. China is actually adopting US open source technologies, but China's ecosystem is not open. China's ecosystem is one party and one country controlled. Private enterprise there also is very tightly integrated into the government and party system. Whereas India's innovation is the true every citizen enabling ecosystem. That's been our philosophy for millennia. And I really hope we become a champion of open innovation in the world. And that is also going to help India leapfrog in setting global technology narratives for the next generation of technologies.
Today behind you, there is no big backer. You're also a young guy, like maybe a little not so young as I knew 14 years back but you're a young guy who came from Punjab. You've come here, you built it on your own. You're a middle class guy and you've done this. And I know that in your journey, there have been very, very significant pain and skepticism, a lot of things. But you've survived this to be this confident you. And I want you to just openly tell us कि कैसे होता है, क्या किया कि भाविश अग्रवाल की तरह ऐसे खड़े हैं आज. Yeah.
That's a tough question, Shradha. But I want to actually, there's a very interesting nuance again, West versus India, I want to share. हम लोग ये startup narrative जो सुनते हैं, जो पढ़ते हैं, फिर वो हमारा narrative भी हो जाता है कि starting up is so hard. A lot of these American entrepreneurs say that, no, oh, if I was given another chance, I would have not started up. It is so, I didn't know it was so hard. They're just over glorifying themselves, right? भाई नहीं करना है मत करो. Right? हमारा culture अलग है यार. This, when you are driven by purpose, you will do it every single time. If I'm born again, I will do the same thing. If it's hard, so be it, right? We have to deal with the hardness. If it is easy, great. I can go to the next stage, right? So I don't believe in this narrative that it is very hard and पता नहीं कैसे किया and all of that. I feel कि करना है, चाहे problem आएगी, चाहे नहीं आएगी, दोनों situation deal करना है, because I am doing it because of what I feel is my again in Hindi we call swadharma, right? And we can see mission, vision and all Western words, but I can say मेरा स्वधर्म है. मतलब मैं ये नहीं करूँगा, मुझे समझ नहीं आता मैं क्या करूँगा, right? And मुश्किलें आई, but मुश्किलें अगर नहीं आती तो मतलब सही काम नहीं कर रहे थे, right? अगर काम ऐसा है कि सिर्फ easy है तो फिर उसका करने का फायदा नहीं है मेरे ख्याल से, right? And and each of us have a different purpose, and it's important for us to connect with what our purpose is. And it could be starting up, it could be scaling up a platform. The world's most prominent tech leaders today are not entrepreneurs. Satya Nadella is not an entrepreneur, right? Sundar is not an entrepreneur, but they have scaled it up to such large scale. So हर की journey अलग है. किसी को startup है, किसी को scale up है, किसी का being the voice of the startup industry, right? So we all have to connect with our journey.
Yeah, I don't know what is the Hindi word of it, but never ever have that victim mindset, which sometimes as people we get into.
हाँ, सब में होता है. कभी-कभी मैं भी गुस्से हो जाता हूँ. All anger comes from a entitlement, right? And all anger comes from some level of one feeling the victim, right? And we're all victims to that.
Now you become a billionaire. Everywhere, all the newspapers and everywhere I read after the IPO, billionaire. And you have 3 unicorns. And now and many publications also have, I'm sure Abhishek would have tracked how much money you have now. And I'm just, before you answer, and I'm asking this question because I know him, and I know that money is important, but I know he's one entrepreneur I can vouch has not indexed on money. But फिर भी बताइए billionaire.
I think not enough to fund the dreams yet. क्योंकि सपने भी तो उतने ही बड़े हैं ना. सपने हैं कि AI में ऐसा बनाना है कि दुनिया को पीछे छोड़ दें, फ्यूचर खुद बनाएं, एनर्जी में ऐसा बनाएं और चीज़ें करें, एजुकेशन के बारे में पिछले पैनल पे बात हो रही थी, हेल्थ केयर के बारे में बात हो रही थी, अपने देश में इतनी अपॉर्चुनिटी है ना श्रद्धा कि any amount of resources will be less in any individual hands. And, resources in many ways are just what society has given you to invest because they've, in a capitalistic system, resources basically mean that you are a good investor of resources. जिसके पास ज़्यादा resources हैं, वो lifestyle के लिए नहीं है. We all need comfortable lifestyles. But it's for investing into the future of society itself. So that is what I want to do. जितना भी मैं invest कर सकता हूँ, अब मैं VC का पैसा नहीं लूँगा, अब मैं अपना डालूँगा.
Yeah. So, in your personal life, has anything changed with all these successes that you are having now?
You know my wife Raj. If
Yes.
you ask her, she will tell you, वो अभी भी 2 बजे घर आता है. हाँ, so because जितना भी success होना श्रद्धा, success हमेशा aspiration से कम ही होता है. And what drives you is your own individual aspiration. तो अभी तो जिंदगी में बहुत आगे जाना है. And abhi, like you said, I'm still sort of in the young bucket.
Yes.
So I have enough, hopefully, runway to create impact.
Yeah. Because of all the limelight and everything that you're getting a lot of attention and a lot of limelight, and you're on the spotlight. But also there has been a lot of, trolling and criticism. How are you evolving to that?
I used to, and you're very true, Shradha. I think one of the most pinpointed person is me. And it's okay because I also don't shy away in speaking my mind.
Yes.
And sometimes what I say does not agree with the zeitgeist of society, and especially the zeitgeist of the technology industry. And zeitgeist means pop culture, right? जो popular opinion है, sometimes my opinion will be against that. And it's okay. That's how I believe, as leaders, we don't have to always pander to the crowd. If I am pandering to the crowd, I am one of the crowd, right? Whereas I have to be true to my convictions, and my convictions may be wrong, and I will take learnings from that. There have been times when I have failed, and there have been times when I have taken learnings from that. And ठीक है, if people are commenting, either agreeing or disagreeing, at least they are noticing. And one of the things which has lately become a discussion topic is the same thing that you asked me before, why do I talk about India so much, right? Some people feel, again, especially in the more technology world, that shayad I'm trying to pander favor with somebody. But no, मैं तो शुरू से ऐसा था, right? People are noticing me more now because I have a bigger platform thanks to my company's growth, right? So लोग सुन ज़्यादा रहे हैं, notice ज़्यादा कर रहे हैं. And also sometimes it's important, I also feel for me to empathize with why people react in a certain way. Maybe they don't know the real feeling that I have been exposed to, some of the insights, etc. Maybe it's important for me to share it in a way that people don't feel badly rubbed off. Maybe it's important for sometimes others to talk about what I'm saying. So I'm also learning how to communicate better with the public.
But I have to say that, listen, I have to say that there's always been this criticism, why don't entrepreneurs invest? You say that, entrepreneurs are so honest, authentic, they come, they speak. But I always had this thing in India, a little bit, tracking the startup space last 15 years, that when entrepreneurs come on stage, they become a little guarded. And they are, sab kuch acha hai. They are not very open, they are not very authentic, they don't talk about failure and suffering, then how do you learn? I have to again say, you are the most unfiltered entrepreneur that the country has, and I hope many more follow to be like you. Because you just speak your mind and there is no, you get what you see.
Thank you, Shradha. I hope people also take it like that because, like I said, sometimes my words might, or the points of views or the opinions I have, people might feel they're too sharp, but I'm just being true to myself.
Yeah, and that's what we all in our journeys have to be, true to ourselves. And with that, let's get up and give a big, big round of applause and standing ovation to an entrepreneur. We are very proud in our country. Bhavish.